السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه الفائزين برضا الله أما بعد. Our respected teachers and my beloved friends, in this auspicious occasion, in this colorful conduct, I'm so glad to stand before you, delivering an oration on the given topic. What Muslim refugees want to do in Europe. First of all, before getting to the deep and thorough analysis of my topic, let me say a few words on the European Muslims in general, so you can have a background picture of the topic at hand. Dears, you know, the number of Muslims in Europe is dramatically increasing day by day due to multiple reasons. According to the recent study of the Pew Research Center of USA, the total number of Muslims living in Europe is about 50 million. And you know, the recent overflow of the migrants or refugees from the Muslim majority countries to the Central Europe has impressed and ultimately and almost unprecedentedly dynamic in the Europeans' public sphere and the political culture. And also, you know, the Muslims that are in Europe, they are facing many problems, especially of the very identity crisis itself. The general perception of Muslims being the root cause of the upsurge of terrorism, extremism and fanaticism, or whatever you may call, all over the globe has resulted in the rise of the Islamophobic notions and or the anti-Muslim sentiments all over the globe, and which made the European Muslim life so vulnerable and risky and miserable. So I am going to share some of my thoughts on what Muslim refugees can do in Europe right now. Yes, first and foremost, the European refugees, Muslim refugees, want to assimilate into the host countries. That is to clearly, properly study, understand and respect the European culture or the host countries' culture, values, their morals and ideals, and slowly get integrated into the plurality of the European cultures in its totality. It is not to abandon or to leave the Islamic or the Muslim refugees' indigenous cultures, but to envision or to cultivate an viable indigenous or an viable Muslim European culture, so that they can create or they can form an open or and broad and accommodating and inclusive culture or a mindset which can be powerful to abandon the Islamophobic notions. Secondly, the European Muslims, they want to get into the public or administrational positions. That is one another way to get rid of the Islamophobic notions. Most helpful, and it's so hopeful that in the countries like France and Germany, where Islamophobia is at pinnacle, the Muslims, they are being get into the most high ranks in public sector, even in the security forces itself. So I'm don't let to prolong my speech. Lastly and most importantly, I want to say one another point, to add one another point to the thought that the Muslims in Europe, they want to stop blaming the West or the Western other for their miserable condition, and they want to actively encourage politically and spiritually. They want to be a person, as Allah says in His Holy Quran, إن الله لا يغير ما بقوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم. Allah will not change the condition of you until you change yourself. Giving this Quranic verses, let me conclude. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum.